is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You've got it locked and loaded to the Sunday, January 11th edition of the Press Box, all brought to you by The Island Game, Green Parrot, Margaritaville PI, and Bud Light. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 1 p.m. I'll be joined in short order by Stat Boy. Sancho will be in the building. I will hear from Clinton J in the 12 o'clock hour. Pearlie is traveling today, so Pearlie will be back in next week. But we got lots to talk about. All right, we got the local scene to address. In addition to that, we need to talk about Major League Baseball, the offseason moves, a couple of big signings over the last couple of days, and a big impasse in the Bronx with a certain outfielder and the New York Yankees. Big arbitration settlement for Jazz Chisholm as well. We'll talk about that, $10 million. Okay? We'll also talk NBA. And we'll also talk NFL, as we always do. The playoffs have started, and what a day it was yesterday in the kickoff of the wild card weekend. Two excellent games. The Rams and the Panthers, right down to the wire. The Bears and the Packers, like I told you, right down to the wire. We'll talk about that in depth. We'll talk about, in the NFL news, we'll talk about coaches being fired, coordinators on the move. There is a bevy of things to talk about. And if you want to chime in, well, it's real easy. Here's how. All you got to do is text us. Text line's powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day. Right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Now, a couple of things sponsor-wise. Don't forget, you got all NFL playoffs, wild card round, divisional round, AFC and NFC championship rounds, as well as the Super Bowl to play and win with the Island Game. But don't forget, March is right around the corner. Men's and women's college basketball is going on. March Madness is coming up. Get ready to do your bracketology with the Island Game. In addition to that, you got the NBA going on and a lot of things happening with the NBA. A whole plethora of things happening with the NBA. The good, the bad, the ugly, people on the move, people on the go, so on and so forth. And obviously, you know, trade deadline coming up. Stat Boy is in the building. My pleasure to be doing, you know, is it with Jack and Joe Buck? There you have it.
What's going on, everybody?
And like I told everybody, we got lots to talk about in the NFL. A lot of coaches are on the move. Offense and defensive coordinators on the move. I know one coaching situation you're happy about. Finally, the Ravens. Finally, the Ravens have done what you wanted done.
Yeah, it was due. It was time, and I'm excited. I don't have to watch my team in the playoffs and be stressed out. And we're going to rebuild this offseason.
So who are some of the potential candidates to replace Harbaugh?
I want it to be Clint Kubiak because Offensive coaches are the wave in the NFL. Unless a guy like Mike McDonald, if you
Now,
have him.
Clint Kubiak is.
Clint Kubiak, son of, I believe, Gary Kubiak, coached the Broncos to
Correct.
the Super Bowl 50 win against Carolina, was the backup to John Elway in the 2 Super Bowls in 98 and 99. A winner, a Bronco. But his son, Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator of the Seahawks, doing a great job over there in Seattle. They pass the ball the least. They score. Sending the least passing offense, just led the NFL in receiving that he's qualified.
So you think if he's your guy, Zay Flowers gets those kind of Smith and Jigba numbers?
It ain't about that. It's about having a stable offensive system in place for Lamar's tenure. With Harbaugh, he's a special teams guy. Year in, year out, you need a new defensive coordinator and a new offensive coordinator. Year in, year out, the scheme got to change. Look at McVay. He's an offensive coach. The offensive coordinator might change. Plays and schemes are in place because he's an offensive-minded coach. Same thing for, Ben Johnson now in Chicago. It'll be the same exact way.
Easy now. Same thing for a first-year head coach in Dallas, too. then.
Schottenheimer is the offensive coordinator as well.
Correct.
We saw Dallas.
Offensive-minded coach, yeah.
Fully healthy, had a great offense. I saw a stat. They allowed 511 points. You have to fix it, but
And I still want to know where and when does Dak Prescott play defense and all of this?
it's not his fault. But the main thing is that we have to get an offensive guy. That's what I would prefer.
Now the Dolphins looking to make some changes as well, and possibly Harbaugh is linked to the Dolphins because of the Jeffrey Ross connection.
Have him. You can have him. He's the hottest head coach on the market. We have the hottest job on the market. Shows you how good Baltimore really was,
Well-
but it's time for there to be a change.
We'll talk about it more in the 12 o'clock hour, but I am hoping for Flores as the defensive coordinator in Dallas.
Now, if we don't get Kubiak, he's going to coach Baltimore.
But I'll
Because
tell you,
defense has always
I
been
think-
our identity.
I think he's going to be a head coach again. He wouldn't be a bad head coach for you guys,
I would hope
especially in
so.
that division.
The only thing holding him back, like you told me, is his lawsuit against the NFL.
That's
But if
the only
If
thing,
he
but-
could get that sorted, he deserves to be a head coach in the NFL.
If we don't
And he
get-
was right about Tua all these years later.
If we don't get Flores, though, there's one name I want to be the defensive coordinator in Dallas. He's the pass coordinator in Denver right now. He's been a long-time player in the NFL. I think he won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens as well.
What's his name?
I'm talking
again?
about Leonard over there in Denver.
Leonard, the head coach. Let's look.
No, not Leonard, the head coach. He's a defensive coordinator.
coach. That's what I meant. Yeah, Sean Payton's their head coach.
I want to say Jim Leonard, but it could be.
Yes, Jim Leonard.
And he's over there in Denver, done a great job.
He was.
Right, played.
He didn't win a ring with us. He went to what's their name? He went to Baltimore in 2008. Went to the championship game. We lost to Pittsburgh. He was with the Bills before that. Then the New York Jets. He went to another set of championship games. Then he was with the Broncos in their first year with Peyton Manning.
Right.
Then the Saints in the offseason, and then the Bills again, and then Cleveland.
He was
And
a
I was high on
former
him.
head coach. Former defensive coordinator at Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he's got
He is the assistant head coach. So I was partially right about that, but he's the defensive
right,
pass
but
game
he could make that
coordinator.
move to Dallas because an upgrade from passing game coordinator
To
is
defensive
coordinator.
Yeah, he get
So
the control. So
he interviews today, as a matter of fact, in Dallas. So hopefully that'll go well. I already like the fact that Dallas has interviewed 4 candidates so far, and I'm going to look into next week as well to interview. The prior process, Eberflus was just hired by the Joneses and had to be incorporated into the Schottenheimer staff. I think Schotty's got some say on this. So I think keep an eye out.
but Jerry didn't. He's running Venezuela.
Jerry also said he's about to break out the checkbook because he wants to be the owner. And I had to call Jerry and say, Jerry, listen, you need to say you want to be the owner of the franchise that has 7 championships. You don't want to say you're going to be the owner that has 7 championships because Bob Kraft then doubled you up. You got 3, he got 6.
Yeah, you gotta.
You ain't going to catch Kraft.
I don't think he does at all.
But I think Jim Leonard is a good hire for the Cowboys as far as the defensive
I think he should be the
coordinator
front
position
runner.
goes.
He used to play defensive back. He's 43, young, innovative. I think that'd be the perfect defensive.
Checks all the
coordinator in
boxes.
Dallas.
A lot of the criteria that Shotty looks for in a coach, a teacher, a developer, communicator. He checks off all those boxes.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. Flip side of the break, we'll check out the local sports scene. Once we get through the local sports scene, we'll get into your major leagues. We'll get Major League Baseball news, the winter league news out of the way. And then we'll get into the NBA. Got lots to talk about there. My God, the Lakers can't have no defense. And then we'll get you ready for 12 o'clock, where we're going to talk all things NFL. All right, this is the Press Box, all brought to you by The Island Game, Green Parrot, Margaritaville PI, and Bud Light.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
Beulah gal, can you believe this? We are now the patrol queens of the neighborhood.
We now large and in charge, so we need to check out what's going on in everybody's yard. What about that gun that we know that Junior and his homeboys just ran out? Can we report that too?
Of course we can.
But we could be in deep trouble if they find out.
We need to report what we see, Beulah. When you call Crime Stoppers, they just call in Miami.
So then we can report everything? Guns, where they hiding the drugs, who shoot who part of which gang, or who disturbing the peace with the loud music and
Our neighborhood will be the best in the Bahamas, and everybody gonna want to come live here. And then our house price will go up, gal.
So what we waiting on? What's the number?
If you see something, say something. Let us all pitch in and stop the crime before it's your time. Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands. Or text us through the Crack Crime Bahamas app. Stop the crime before it's your time.
Naughty Bagacha repping for the Island Game. The NFL season is upon us, and the final push is back with the Island Game, and you could win big all NFL season long. Every $20 bet made on the Game Sportsbook gets you registered for the grand drawing. $2,000 in September, $3,000 in October, $5,000 in November, and in December, an all-expense-paid trip to Super Bowl 60 in Clara, California. So it pays to play and win with the Island Game. The game you know, the friends you trust. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The number 12.
We're back at you. We're back at you on the press box. Yeah. Thank you for all that dialogue prior to the mic being us getting back.
Apologies, everybody. I was talking as he brought his break in.
Nah, it's all good, man. Y'all all excited for the offseason just like me. When your team loses,
I can watch-
doesn't make the playoffs, or they're about to lose teams in the first round today, you start looking into the offseason. You start having a view of the draft and of the future and the salary cap.
I know I have.
And all of that. But we'll get to that in the 12 o'clock hour. We back at you right here in the press box. Star Boy Sancho in the building. We got Mega in the building.
Mega's back.
Mega is back off IR. He was suffering.
man?
He was suffering from plumber's crack, but now he's healed. He's ready to go. And he's back off of IR fresh for 2026.
Boy, Happy New Year to everybody out there, man.
Boy, listen, we got lots to talk about today, but let's start locally because there's something I do want to mention, and I do want to get out there because, as you know, tomorrow is a holiday. And
Majority rule.
Majority Rule Day. So happy Majority Rule Day to everybody. But don't forget tomorrow, man. And I got a shout out from the Sports Center, big marathon man himself. Don't forget tomorrow the BAAA Track and Field Majority Rule 3K and 5K run and 3K walk. That's tomorrow, Monday, the 12th of January. The race start time is at 6 a.m. You got a 3K run and walk from Arawaki Police Station to KFC Saunders Beach and back. Cost is only $25. First 900 registrants receive. All participants receive a medal. Top 3 finishes a trophy. Early registration deadline is passed, but I do want to remind everybody, David reminded us this morning, that you will be able to sign up tomorrow, all right? There's a registration in the morning starting at 5 a.m., and it's still $25. And they're out there at that big church service this morning, so, props to everybody involved in that. And the marathon man himself, Prabhu, Sports Center, Delaport, Sandyport, David. And be sure to get out there, 3K and 5K run, 3K walk. And for more information, like I said, all you have to do is log on to live.love.run.com. All right?
What's the distance in that again?
3K and 5K run and 3K walk.
3K, 5K.
So
That's kilometers.
Fish Fry Police Station to the KFC Saunders Beach is 3K.
That.
That sounds so doable in my head. Like, I would run that.
You try running.
And until I physically try, I'm like, yeah. I'm not
And then
doing
you
this
get by
again.
Wells and say, hold on now, let's
Yeah.
make this a walk instead
But
of
like
run.
the distance
Yes.
driving it feels
I wouldn't
so
even-
much closer.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't
Buddy,
even attempt to run it. I would walk it straight away.
I ran from that right there from the police station right to the end of the corner. I'm like, he ain't done died, bro.
I'm telling you.
So
I walk from the bedroom to the kitchen. I blow.
okay, you need to wake up then.
I do. I run it from
Man,
I'd be like, hold on now. I need to take a time out. I got 3. I'd like to use my first.
oh man.
Or if I'm in the NBA mode, I'd be like, all right, I'd like to take a 20. I'd like to take a 20-second timeout.
Timeout.
By the time you finish, you
Not
be
a full timeout, but a 20-second timeout.
Because you'd been on the timers before the half.
Man, look here, boy. I got a spot now in the kitchen when I get there and I blow Meg. I know, okay, yeah, man, you
Listen.
get to that spot, when you get to that chair right there, you could post up for a minute.
Man, I had a friend. He was 200. He was way overweight, and he got into walking, and he started running, and now he runs marathons in the U.S. He's a man. His name was Antonio, New York, Boston. This guy was obese, and now he's addicted to it.
You gotta find healthy addiction.
Listen, man. I up to this day, I keep asking him like, wait, that's a crazy transition. Like you lose the weight, but just to get involved in.
You happy for the brother? He got,
No, I'm
got his
happy for
new
him.
vice, which is marathon running.
And he does marathon running on a professional basis. He has an Instagram page I follow, and I see all the big name runners from all around the world running with him and all that. And I'm like, that's a creation to go from, just you being fat, obese, and then you just lose the weight, but then you just, all of a sudden, you got a passion for marathon running. And you up there with like some of the top marathon runners from around the world.
No, that's actually crazy.
You know
Props
what I'm
to him.
saying? Yeah, man. I always tell him that. I say, bro, one of these times we got to come bring you on so you can talk about that, bro.
Man, line it up, man. That'll be a good.
You know?
And we were very supportive of all
Yeah,
the
man.
marathons, in the 242 man throughout the year, man, because obviously it's a healthy alternative and it's good to see Bahamians get out there, but there is a whole, crew. There is a whole community of marathon runners out there.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
like to
road
run the
runners.
distance, correct.
Like big up to my in-laws because, I don't know how my mother-in-law is doing, but she in her 63s and she out there push-ups with young guys and she beat them. You know what I'm saying? And she's in her 60s, but she gives some competitions.
You
if you're
really
in the 30s.
think your mother-in-law would appreciate you putting her name on
Man,
that over national
I
radio?
put her name out there. All I say is big ups to her.
I mean, her age.
But listen, if you were the way talking about you, but if you see her, you would have buy her. So everybody,
So you need to be out push-upping younger dudes.
Yes,
she
bruh.
could give you 2 cowboy slap and call it a day.
Listen, boy, listen, she's a make sure she got looking for her son though, because boy, listen, I scared of that woman, boy. I see she got some quads and some biceps on her. So
You stay down. Mama say knock you out. You will get knocked out.
so yeah, man, big up all the people who do the marathons. I see them constantly, almost like every month in my area, from the Cable Beach area down to Saunders Beach, and people getting on their bed 4:00 in the morning. See a big group of people on the road. That's some dedication.
Yeah,
That's some
why you
dedication,
mean?
bro. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I'm not talking about 5, 10. I'm talking about 20, 30 plus people in a bunch on Cable Beach, 5:00 in the morning, just running.
Working,
And I be like,
running.
what the? You know what I'm saying? So I get awake and they just like, yeah, man, we just doing this casual. Then we got to go home and get ready to go to wake. So
was
that's
like,
some determination and that's some dedication right there. So you wake up, run.
Adjusting your body to
Ex-
sleep schedule.
exactly.
You gotta
Then-
sleep earlier to get up earlier.
Exactly. Then you got to go home, Get ready,
up,
shower.
breakfast.
If you got to get the kids ready,
You work your 9 to 5, whatever.
even
you
the
want.
traffic.
But
school.
that's too hectic, man. I prefer like to eat more healthily now, and right after the school run, I do light lifting. I do 12-ounce curls.
12 ounces.
So that's all. Okay.
12-ounce curls.
Okay.
Sometimes one in the hand.
What's the name? What's the name of those? What's the name of those weights?
Those weights?
Yeah.
Some are from Germany, Heineken.
Oh, okay.
Some American made, Bud Light.
None
Some are
Bahamian
Bahamian, Sans.
Some good weights.
Yeah,
Some
man.
Good weights. you know.
Good weights.
Just make sure we don't curl too much in one day though,
No.
because that puts on the weight.
Work out your arm.
Now, let me show you how you do a curl. You have to crack it, and then you curl once, twice, 3 times until the can is empty. Then you work on the other curl, and then you do simultaneous curls.
Yeah. All right. As long as he ain't that Donald Trump type of curl.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Hey.
You know.
You take it easy with Trumpy around here.
No, I'm just saying the curls now. Hey, I don't need you come and invade. You know, the Bahamas. You know,
You see me like a bad person, and you know what I do to bad people.
Trump. You ain't got nothing to do with Aragon 80. I just ask it.
What about the Phil? I believe all the Phil missing. We gotta ask all the Curry missing from
Boy.
the Hawks. We gotta ask,
Is it good?
if somebody interested in that. But he having an influence because Jerry Jones was quoted as saying, he running the Cowboys like Trump just run Venezuela.
Well, y'all have brought him steps.
It's crazy.
Y'all have brought him right now. If that's what Jerry doing right now.
If that's the case, we ain't gonna never win another Super Bowl. What Jerry can do, start blowing up every franchise with teams with more Super Bowls. Patriots, watch out. 49ers, watch out.
Hey, Jerry,
Steelers, watch out.
49ers are tied.
Jerry, is he saying that by a
gotta win.
Yeah,
franchise?
but just blow them up anyway for
I
the
don't think-
record.
Is he going to blow up Tom Brady?
My thing is, does Jerry want to win?
Good question.
Is he saying he want to win, like, say, that he won the 5 more or 3 more, or just collectively?
What Jerry was meaning was collectively.
Like,
That's the
collectively.
only way he could get to
Yeah,
7.
'cause that's what I'm
Because
saying.
individually, Kraft
You're
got
going to
him
win
doubled
2
up.
more Super Bowls.
Yeah, just need 2 more.
Dallas win 2 more. They got 7. They the all-time leading franchise.
Oh, because Jerry's only a part of 3 of the
Correct.
That's your
Right.
point.
That's what I'm saying. I
I see
need
what
2
you're
more.
When he
saying.
bought the team, he rolled in, and Dallas had 2
Because
Super
it's hard
Bowls under
enough to
that
win
belt.
games in the NFL. To win a Super Bowl is a different thing. Like, you need a little bit of luck. You need to get a good team and all that.
Hey, all I know is if Jerry's saying foolishness like that, I know the checkbook is close at hand. That means we can sign some free agents and we can be all right.
That's what it sounded like to me, too.
He sound like he's shoving all in. He trying to ride out these last 3 years of Doc's contract to see where we go with it. If we get the young defensive coordinator, and he could get that defense up to between 15th and 20th in the league with 23, 24 points a game, Dallas could win a lot of football games.
Do you bring back Javonte Williams?
They're bringing back Pickens. They're bringing back Williams. They might add a free agent on the offensive line. They may address that in the draft. I still think some moving and shaking going on in the draft with the 12th and the 20th picks because obviously you got the 2 picks and you can either
Either way,
trade
at
down
14th, we're gonna have a playmaker. I haven't really looked into it for Baltimore yet, but we're gonna get a playmaker.
Well, like I said, we got all of that in the 12 o'clock hour to
Yep.
talk about. But we'll slide now from the local sports scene. Let's finish up the local sports scene from Marathon. We'll check out the local sports scene. What else is going on? And then we'll get up into Major League Baseball and we'll get into the NBA.
No college football today? Bet.
No.
Good.
You mean talking about it?
We will also talk college football.
Oh, I shouldn't have said it out loud, because now all we're gonna do.
Well, shouldn't you only want to hear about the U? Texas
No.
Tech punched in your mouth. Ohio State punched in your mouth and your innards. Then you
Ole
roll
Miss.
on and Ole Miss beat down.
A great run.
You really want to say that's a beat
A
down?
great run to resurgence.
That came right down to the
face
wire.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I said it was a beat down. When it counted and they had to step up and win the game,
Okay.
Miami did. And that last drive was just beat down drive.
Yeah.
And as far as Indiana goes, great team, both sides of the football. But listen, I have seen college juggernauts like this before go into a national championship game resting on their laurels and they get punched in the mouth, kind of like an Ohio State team did, kind of like a Texas Tech team did. Going in there, resting on their laurels, believing the hype. Indiana is due. They're due. You got a perfect season. They're due the perfect season. What happened on the last game of the year?
What about 2019 LSU? They had a perfect season. Did they get beat by Clemson? I don't think so.
This is not 2019.
You mean the Joe Burrow team?
It's 2025.
With a team that's just too well coached, too ridiculous. It's a total team.
But hold on.
It's not even individual stats because Mendoza doesn't jump off the page. He went like 16 to 20, 175, and 4 touchdowns. But that's how efficient they are in
But
the
Sancho,
red zone.
stat boy, look, I get all that, but look at who they've played in this tournament. Oregon messed
Is
the bed.
Ohio State weak when they beat us in the Big Ten, or were we a strong team?
What?
Y'all beat Ohio State. That's a strong team, right? Indiana beat us in the Big Ten championship game. Were we a strong team then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure you don't include us with the bad teams, because you look like you're about to say Oregon was a bad
No,
team.
I'm saying that they've had a lighter run on their side of the bracket than the Miami Hurricanes have.
No, they did.
But they dominated college football.
And
so
I
they-
think
they
iron
got-
sharpen iron, and I think the Canes are ready. They're playing at home. You cannot take that from them. They're on their home field. That
Yeah,
is a tremendous advantage.
I just can't say that's what's going to work for them.
Every Cuban American, Haitian American, Jamaican American, and them said who didn't escape ICE.
Oh boy.
I mean, who did escape ICE, who just lying low. All could be there. Every last one.
In that case, I guess y'all better stay low.
And
too,
then don't forget,
Don't
and
go
then
there,
don't forget,
man. Don't go.
don't forget the
Don't go.
original Miami Hurricane fans from Ted Hendricks days
Oh, they can be there.
and Howard Schnellenberger. They're coming out too. They're coming down from North Florida.
Miami fans with a Texan accent?
That's redneck, period.
That sounds Texan. I guess Texan. Texan does go hand in hand with redneck. So
So big up to my boy, man. Hey, I have been getting off.
every time he puts
my
a hoodie on the
hilarious.
and just
I've
whoops
been
him and
getting
whoops
off,
him.
but every
Posted up with the
game.
cheerleaders and everything with
Michael
his
Evans-
dreadlocks growing
I
up.
think Michael Evans
like
has
he's
been
Edgerrin
pure
James
comedy
or
to the whole
something.
playoffs. He's been pure comedy to the playoffs, man. Just his antics didn't bring people to watch more just to see what next he can do.
Yeah, y'all like to
know?
talk a lot of smack about Mike. That's why I had to drop in that group yesterday. Put some respect on Mike's name. I had to give y'all some highlights to look at, just to remind you.
Are we finished? Are we done? Put some respect on my name. When you hear my name, put some respect on it.
Mike is just
Stop playing with my name.
But no, man, to see where Miami came from, I didn't expect Miami to be here right now. Who
No,
expected that?
absolutely
'Cause
not.
I think even like last year, they was even talking about trying to get rid of Cristobal as the head coach, and I was like,
No, Cristobal's a great coach.
no, but
He's proven it.
Yeah, he's proven it now.
But last year it was
Last
hot
year
seat.
it was a hot seat. They was like,
they
is he
stuck with
really?
him, though.
Was it really the right decision to hire him? And you know, it's like this microwave society
Yep.
now. It's like if you don't win now, we gotta get rid of you. And I was like, no, give it time. I picked him for a reason. He was doing what what he came there to do. He started building around, and now you're one game away from the Miami Hurricanes being back
national
on top
championship. Yeah.
of college football. Like
First
they've
time
been.
in 24 years.
Exactly. So to see them as no SEC team. Man, listen, I don't know what's going on with the SEC, but ever since Nick Saban gone, boy, I don't know. You know, it ain't been the same. And now everybody coming out of the woodwork from different, conferences now. ACC is back there now. To me, it's a good story. I didn't expect Indiana to be 15-0. Anyone else expected that?
right?
Nah,
And
absolutely.
I don't
not.
expect them to finish 15-0. I think they could buck that toe.
So Mendoza right now
You know
is a
what?
hot ticket.
I have a theory. You are due. You are due to have a wrong pick. You picked the 2 playoff games correct yesterday. You called Miami to beat Texas A&M when many people didn't. You called them to beat my Buckeyes, which I was too arrogant about, and we got destroyed. You called them to beat Ole Miss, even though we all did. You are on too much of a hot run that you're going to be wrong for the national championship, and so I think you're due for a wrong pick.
My wrong pick was the Patman in 6 games.
Oh,
one
you
and
think-
5,
you
2
think-
and
you think-
4,
oh.
which they did.
And then
I
Tyler
pushed-
Luke blew it. Yeah.
Then I pushed the envelope, and yeah, it bit me in the butt at the end.
So you think
But-
that's your wrong pick out the way,
Yeah, but Pittsburgh going home today
or Monday?
tomorrow.
on Monday.
Yeah, it can't mess with that Texas defense. Anyway, we'll get into that later on because we're talking college football, baseball, and all that sort of stuff.
Well, actually, I'm just I only get through the local scene real quick,
Okay.
and then once I get through the local scene, we'll slide into the other stuff. But not too much happening locally. Just a couple of tidbits. One major one that jumps off the page. VJ still doing his thing in the NBA. Had a streak of 4 or 5 games where he's just out lights out.
Had a rough game against Orlando 2
Got
days ago,
poked in
though.
the eye though. That was the
Yeah.
whole situation there. But nonetheless, the Sixers continue to win. And if you're having a rookie of the year conversation, I think VJ
He
Edgecombe
firmly has to be in it.
is firmly in it.
So he's back in the top 3 then, because remember, like, they changed the rookie
They're trying to
lineup.
push Flag and then
Yeah.
the other dude, I forget
They
his
changed
name.
that like every week, and I haven't seen VJ on it for a while.
My thing is like they come with MVP convos so early in basketball. It's not like the NFL where by week 6 or 7 or 8, you're getting a feel for who teams are. Even then, you still don't have a feel for who teams are. Like basketball's an 82 game season. You have to give it until about February.
I wait till
to
after
really
the
determine-
I wait for after the All-Star
All-Star-
break.
I was just gonna say-
After the All-Star break, that's when I determine, okay, this is the MVP. And it looks like Shea's going to get MVP again and all that sort of stuff. But I think VJ's firmly going to be first team all rookie on a team that's looking to make the playoffs. So you got to give him his props.
You saying she may be, you think, MVP again?
The reason I say that is because Jokic got hurt. Remember, he got hurt against the Heat, and I think he hyperextended his knee, and it's a 4-week miss. So that now he has no real because Jokic is the best player in the game, but he's hurt. So I think Shea's gonna get another MVP. But a lot of people were talking about the Thunder getting 60, 70 wins, something like that. That's obviously not gonna happen now, but they're still gonna do enough to win.
So let me just do the local. Get to the
Okay.
NBA. Because I want to get that out there. Obviously, we do want to cover the local sports scene. Big news out of basketball. Vanya Charlton out for the season, knee injury. Women's college basketball. This happened in high school basketball. I don't think this should happen. I think this is a travesty. T-Wolves beat the Marlins by 102 points.
Oh yeah, 119-77 to 17.
Which school is that?
Anatole Rogers beat Doris Johnson, I believe, if I remember correctly.
And the fight didn't break out?
I mean, they were taking it in the game. They were going to take it in real life too.
But listen to the score, though. I mean, who's the referee? Like, listen, is there a mercy rule in college in high school basketball?
Around here, there should be.
Got to be, man. Because I don't think me and that coach in the next side we'd have been friends no more.
No, we
You
couldn't.
know what I'm saying? Because I watched a lot of games in high school, especially with CC Sweeten when they play these other high schools over here. And some of these coaches, they friends, but after that type of beating, I can talk to you for like a week or so.
No, because like
You know what I'm
that's
saying? 'Cause
embarrassing.
you know what you're doing, and it ain't that serious, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you think?
Points, and they don't play 12-minute quarters.
No, they don't.
I think, I just was waiting for you all to finish your banter, but I think it's no place to have a team beaten by 102 points.
That's what I'm saying.
It speaks volumes to the association who's in charge of it. And in this case, I would probably say it's BSSA because it's a government
she
school.
said it, yeah, I'm told, yeah.
Yeah.
Second of all, that should have been stopped. At some point, a mercy rule has to kick in. What kind of self-esteem are you trying to have these kids have who lost that game by 102 points? Then it speaks to the coaching on both sides. Because the coach is up by 102 shouldn't run it up. I mean, a win is a win. You got your win. Look for the mercy rule. The other coach should have forfeited, taken his team out of the misery. Because sometimes you got to be merciful in these situations. Yeah, you're trying to build character and you're trying to build teams, but sometimes if it's not your day, it's better to spare the kids the embarrassment of losing by 102 points.
So where would you call a mercy rule if you was going?
Halftime, if they won by 102, they had to be blowing them up by the half as well too.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. The MSC's up by 50.
And
at that time.
you look at the level of basketball, you look at the situation at hand, and you chalk it up. You save the embarrassment.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm seeing some games where these coaches, they really get intense to the point where they try to make it personal. Like, I'm a better coach than you, so I can show you why I'm a better coach than you.
Man, that coach should have peeled off his bench warmers that never play and run them.
Yeah.
And if the league got cut down, then you do something along those lines. But let them kids run because there's going to be other times they don't even smell the court. So give them an opportunity to play. I think we need to put some things in place as far as that goes with sports. And I've seen some other blowouts happen here too. At some point, mercy rule it
No, I agree.
for the sake of the game.
I agree. Because I mean, what the score was again?
Well, they lost by 102 points. Let me pull up
Jeez.
the exact score.
As the winning coach felt
I
like
need
that
a
was,
little bit, but I mean to lose by 102 points. I mean that's crazy. 119 to 17.
Yeah, bro. I think that game was
That's
over.
crazy.
That's how that game was over from the first quarter.
Correct. So they could have mercy ruled out by the half.
By the half, yeah.
and say, listen, y'all come back and try again. Carol Poitier Shine the Bahamas Golf Classic Junior Pro-Am. Our junior golfers doing well. And speaking of golf, the Corn Ferry Tour opens with the Bahamas Golf Classic. So we had another golf classic over here over the weekend, which is good to know golf is coming back.
Yeah, big up to Jim Duncombe. He was somebody that taught me when I was trying out for golf, and he was a legend in this country.
Yeah, man.
You know, I only lost like only two practices because I have a fond respect for golf, and they found out how much pressure it puts on your back.
Well, they call Tiger Woods. I heard they call you Mega in the Woods because she was always in the woods, off the green.
To try and hit that ball, you know, in the right direction it's supposed to go. That ain't easy. People make it, you know, television makes everything look so simple. But when you have to take that club and put it in your hand.
It's really not.
And swing that, and then you got to be swinging that over and over. Listen, that ain't easy to do, man. So people who play golf, I respect y'all, man. You know.
And then finally, out of men's college basketball, Bahamian Collegiate Center Frederick King and the Murray State University Racers have won 10 straight games. In their latest victory, they defeated the University of Evansville Purple Aces 79-69 in Evansville, Indiana. So look for them. Tournament time is coming up. They're 14-3.
Round the corner.
All right, and they're in the NCAA Division I. So look out in Missouri Valley Conference. Keep an eye out. All right? That could be one of those dark horse teams. Murray State, perennial tournament participants.
John Morant went to Murray State.
Thank you very much.
That's where I know the name sounds familiar.
There you go. So keep an eye out on that front.
King had 9-7-2.
And now let's slide it over to Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I've been seeing some movement going on in baseball.
Alex Bregman goes to the Cubs, 6 years, 100. Bellinger and the Yankees are at an impasse right now. And the Red Sox are looking at Bichette along with the Yankees. That's the latest I'm reading here on the website.
Yeah, things start to heat up soon, so you know it's almost time for the owners to have the.
Because oddly enough, the baseball starts early on and has like a very short off season. In like 2 months, 3 months, we'll be back and the season will be open.
The season opens up right in April, correct?
Yeah, end of March, early April.
75 days away.
See that? Right around the corner. I don't know what my Braves going to do, but I'm just looking forward to it.
What your Braves going to do? Disappoint you again?
Most likely, because I don't even see them have them coming in as one of the top 10 teams.
At least you got that World Series in 2021.
I was grateful for that.
I've been waiting. Because Acuna got hurt and everything too, and to win that.
You know, so they got beat
the Astros.
So look, the Dodgers are coming back, and that's the perennial favorite again to win the World Series so far.
As they should. I mean, they have the best player. They have the best team.
So who are they going to buy this
Diaz,
time now?
They just got Edwin Diaz from the Mets as their closer a little bit ago. More talent. More talent.
And here's the disgusting thing. Now we're hearing rumblings that in the off season, that not this upcoming off season. Obviously, Jazz got his $10 million in arbitration, but next year they may make a move for Jazz Chisholm.
The Dodgers?
The Dodgers. And I really thought Pearlie was you know, pulling my Yankee leg on that, but no. Strong possibility that they make a move along those lines.
To play center field.
That would be crazy.
Listen. That baseball money different than any other sport.
Any sport.
NBA kinda, but baseball money.
And you know the dangerous thing, the Dodgers could wheel and deal because they've been rated the #1 farm system in baseball.
See,
followed by Seattle, Detroit, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and the New York Mets. Speaking of the New York Mets, Ryan Stanek, he's on the move. He went to the St. Louis Cardinals. Multi-year deal. Alex Bergman, like Starboy said, moving from Sox, $150 million deal.
5 years?
5 years.
I thought it was 6. I misread it.
And then the impasse continues with Bellinger, with the Yankees.
We need to hurry up and sort that.
But Hank Steinbrenner has thoroughly disappointed me, man. He is not like his dad.
I was just gonna say he's not like his old man.
Or Hal, he can't pull the trigger on making a move or signing somebody lucrative.
That was George Mystique about George though.
George would just break out the checkbook and buy it. I don't care.
George was all about winning. However, I got to do it. And see George remind me of Eddie DeBartolo.
Yep.
That's what he remind me of.
It's valid.
You can't lie now.
So you trying
to hold on. You know you can't say them two don't have similarities when it comes to winning. Like they can spend their money now.
So you mean to tell me, are you trying to imply that George Steinbrenner had mafia tendencies like the Bartolo? Is that what you're trying to tell
We
me?
talking about somebody from New York here?
I'm just asking. or, was,
Are we talking about somebody who's from New York now?
or was that common policy that the GM, aka the consigliere / capo?
You know, he better speak that
But
you
I'll tell you a funny story, man. I remember one time I had to stop. I think we were working on Into the Blue at the time, and we had to stop at the poop deck to take some pictures for possibly shooting there. And we went in the evening time because we needed to get it with the lights, you know, in the evening. It was about 6 o'clock. And I roll in there, and Common Policy is in there having lunch. And he's at the bar, and he's eating. And how I knew it was him, he had 3 Super Bowl rings on.
Bigger.
So I leaned into to Lightman, and I said, listen here, man. You don't know who at the bar? I said, but that's Common Policy, man, GM of the 49ers.
That is.
Now, when I leave here, tell the bartender to spit in his drink when I leave and call it a day. But he was right there with 3 rings. But he was straight out of a Goodfellas scene. He's straight out of Casino. He looked like Pesci.
Suit and everything.
Hair all combed back. And I say, look
That's
at that
Common
boy.
Policy, bro.
Feels so 49ers. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Eddie, listen, they tell you, Eddie and George, them brothers, they did it. They did whatever it was to take to win, to have the right team together.
You know, so we got to keep an eye out. I think hampering that though is that Hal Steinbrenner doesn't have that mafia bravado that his dad did.
I don't think he may be a chip off the old block. He might have
No.
you know, he might have a little splash of that Steinbrenner name. But to be like the boss, come on, man. You know, he wasn't close to that.
All right, before we get to the NFL in the 12 o'clock hour, got to talk some NBA. Stat boy, what's going on with Anthony Davis, man? AD, always disabled.
Always
Hand injury,
out.
surgery on the horizon,
The
correct?
Mavericks want to trade him, but they can't. They can't find a suitor for him because of this injury concern. And
Why did the Mavericks want to trade him when they just traded for him?
because he wants out, and they started the season poorly, and so you kept hearing his name in trade rumors and trade talks and that sort of stuff. And
Why don't we do AD for LeBron and Bronny and a bag of Doritos straight up?
But LeBron has a no trade clause.
LeBron wants out. You haven't heard Rich Paul on all these podcasts?
Listen, we could talk about that too, but that right there, bro.
he's not
That's
gonna,
a bunch
he's
of
not gonna get
foolishness.
out.
You know what I'm saying? Does everybody have a podcast now in the NBA?
I keep seeing these sports athletes make podcasts while active. Like, focus on your
The
career.
thing about Rich Paul on this, Rich Paul is starting to get dead annoying, bro. You know what I'm saying? This takes our
Heavily biased.
quote unquote. Not only that, is stupid. You know what I'm saying?
dumb.
It's just straight up stupid.
I mean, for a
And-
guy that LeBron found selling jerseys out of the back of his car and made him into
Yeah.
made him into what he was, and now he's
think
talking
about
so
it,
crazy.
too. I heard him on one with the one that Fat Joe and Jadakiss does, and Fat Joe basically put him on he put him on the spotlight, and he said, "Man, who was the greatest of all time?"
And he was struggling out.
And he was struggling.
Yeah.
He changed into this whole thing, like, you know, there's different levels and
And
you can't
eras.
just
There can't be
roll,
one greatest.
right? You know what I'm saying? And it's just so funny how he tried to always try to spin
If he
stuff,
was confident, he'd have said LeBron.
you know. And then he says Jordan, the only reason Jordan sneakers were popular is because of the crack epidemic,
Which
and all
is
kinds of
ridiculous.
stupidness.
And he
Which
always
is
tries
just
to
so-
detract from people's legacy by making analogies such as that they were popular. No, they were popular, period.
How come LeBron's wearing Jordans
Let me
now,
tell you. Let
and
me
there's
tell
no
you why.
epidemic?
Let me tell you why they were popular. Because they had little Billies and Beckys in the suburbs breaking down stores to rock Air Jordans and all the
Exactly.
colors. Okay.
Because he was that marketable athlete. LeBron just ain't on that level. Just got to accept it.
Listen, LeBron, longevity wise, has been quite the specimen. Has been quite the example.
I mean, outside of Kareem, you really ain't seen anything like it. I mean, he's the
Okay.
longest tenured player
But
ever.
when
so
you look at it, you could see the chinks in the armor. Look at the all-time assist record. It took him 7 years longer
then Magic.
than
to break
Magic
it.
to break it.
And he said what, second place? I mean, all time assists with John Stockton, right?
Stockton.
And he nobody gets in that.
Assists and steals.
And guess what? It took LeBron 7 years to get to number 2, to pass Magic. 7 years more than
Right.
Magic took to set it. Same
Right.
thing with Kareem with the scoring record.
Right. And this is the thing that gets me with LeBron fans. They try to always They try to
But they're-
justify it. They curb it. Even when you tell them that, they'll be like, but if. But
I can't
and here-
argue with LeBron
and
fans
here-
anymore, man.
No, don't do it. It's mental, mental torture.
Gymnastics.
But listen to this though. Bronsexuals will assist, rebounds, this and that. But you'll never hear them say, all-time leader in missed shots, all-time leader in turnovers, all-time leader with air balls from the free throw line with 56.
Tom, they have stats for all that?
Man,
Top 3 in individual finals losses.
why not? When bronsexuals come up with LeBron James is 82-1 on Tuesday nights when he wears a headband and one high sock and one low sock.
One legging and one non-legging. Yeah, like
That's the stats
Is
they
it-
come up with.
That's some Vegas stats right there, right?
it's like
Crazy.
so oddly specific.
Couple of more things NBA wise before we get to the 12 o'clock hour. Jason Kidd got ejected again.
Again.
Boy, he can get ejected. The cat have issues with the refs, especially Jalen
Yeah,
Brown.
I
He
lost.
says there's a conspiracy going on.
Oh, I saw
that
his
the
ref
refs
like,
are
"Fine,
stocked
I don't
again."
give a F. It's
Yeah.
BS. Hey, credit to the Celtics. I didn't think y'all would be good.
It was a good game, too, last night against the Spurs. Came right down.
And shout out to MJ. Her Spurs won again.
They're 27
Listen.
and 11.
Don't be surprised if they come with the rest.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that.
Nah,
we
but
all were
all y'all
thinking
thinking
that.
but I told y'all from early on, brace
Yeah, yeah,
yourself
yeah,
for
yeah.
this. I told
Yeah.
y'all, brace
But
yourself.
now that
Y'all
we see-
wasn't listening. I know.
Now that we see that they have the Thunder's number, it's very doable.
Listen, man, I was watching them guys from earlier this year, and I was like, listen, this team might come with the best, bro. And then when they beat the Thunder for the
Three
straight,
times.
like,
And
you
in a
gotta get it
close
one more
game, a
time.
mid-range game, and they
Yeah.
blew them out.
And it's like, listen, these
But
brothers were
if
doing
you-
it. And,
if you all get
and
Tatum
Wemby was
back-
on the bench the last time they played them. He was on the bench a lot of times, and they still was able to dominate these brothers. I was like, boy, they might come with the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give OKC the credit.
Well, you know who need to come out the West or come out the NBA or go to a mental hospital is Dennis Schroeder of the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, I saw that story.
Where you going trying to fight Luka Doncic? You're not going to win that fight. Luka is bigger and stronger. You ain't going to win that fight, bro.
He snuck slap him, and Ayton was there and let him sneak slap him. Ayton pushes him off, and still Ayton's soft, man.
Oh, hold on. Ayton separated them, man.
The story
Ayton
I read
saved
is that-
Schroeder's life.
The story I read is that initially Schroeder was waiting, and he pushes Luka. Ayton gets in between them, and then Schroeder's still able to slap Luka in the face.
He didn't slap Luka in the face.
That's what I read.
But I heard conflicting reports.
Well, it might be different, but I feel like a slap in the face to Luka Doncic
But
makes sense and worth like.
Dennis
2 game
Schroeder was on
suspension.
some Charles Oakley type ish yesterday. He went to the showers, waited in the hallway, waited to them to be walking out in the hall,
To
and
protest.
run out of the locker room to fight Luka.
He waited till after the game.
Oh yeah, he was waiting. He
A
was such
German
a.
is if you're a war.
Yeah, that's
German
exactly
versus
what it is.
And
Slovenia.
Luka and Serbia own Germany in international basketball.
So that's probably stemming from
And then
too.
Luka made some jokes to him a couple of weeks ago when Schroeder was popping off. Luka told him, "Man, you need to go sign that contract. You should have signed that contract. That
should've.
$82 million that he turned down."
4 years, 84 million. He should
So
have.
the Lakers was offering him, eh?
Yeah, and thank goodness we didn't because we would have been screwed, but he'd have been straight.
All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll get into the 12 o'clock hour. We'll be talking NFL. And we got the wild card weekend to break down. We got yesterday's games, today's games, and Monday night's games that are all coming up. So we'll get that in for you in the 12 o'clock hour. This is the Press Box, all brought to you by The Island Game, Green Parrot, Margaritaville PI, and Bud Light. Naughty Bug at you, repping for the Island Game. The NFL season is upon us, and the final push is back with the Island Game, and you could win big all NFL season long. Every $20 bet made on the Island Game Sportsbook gets you registered for the grand drawing. $2,000 in September, $3,000 in October, $5,000 in November, and in December, an all-expense paid to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. So it pays to play and win with the Island Game. The game you know, the friends you trust. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly.
Girl, Junior just showed me boy in his phone.
What you mean? He take picture of that good-for-nothing boy?
Yeah, you say that? You know she always say that's my good child.
So what he doing in Junior phone?
Oh, he there cause the police looking for him. He on their wanted list.
Wanted persons in your phone now?
Yes, child. And when police want to find anybody quick, after something happen, they can send pictures direct to your phone. Go to Google Play or App Store and search for Crack Crime Bahamas, then pick install and it will go straight to your phone.
There is also a section on missing persons.
Yes, girl. Everybody needs to get this app so police can tell us right away when these people go missing. Just like an alert system.
Yes, it has numbers for Crime Stoppers Bahamas, so you can call and nobody knows it's you. Call directly to Miami and give the information without giving your name or anything about you. I tried the other day, and when I hear Junior and his boys talking about where they hide those guns, I walk quick round the corner and call that number.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back at you on the January 10th edition of the Press Box, all brought to you by the Island Game, Green Parrot, Margaritaville PI, and Bud Light. And plenty of things going on. As you know, you can bet all of your NFL action, in addition to college football, basketball, men's and women's, the NBA, the NHL, EuroLeague soccer, all available for you with the Island Game. Simply log on to theislandgame.com, the Island Game Sportsbook, the game you know, the friends you trust, and the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. Also being brought to you by Green Parrot and Margaritaville PI. All of the action going on for you, just like all season long, all wild card weekend long. The action's happening for you at Green Parrot and Margaritaville PI. 3 big games today and the Monday night game tomorrow. Divisional round next week. AFC and NFC championships, and of course, both locations will have huge Super Bowl parties. So we'll definitely keep you abreast on all what's going on at Margaritaville and Green Parrot. But like I said today, they got the wing specials in effect, the Bud Light bucket specials in effect. Great menus at both locations and all the action. The 1 o'clock, the 4:30, and the 8:10 game tonight, or 8:15 game tonight. So you definitely want to catch all 3 games today and the Monday night game on Monday night. All right? So be sure to check out both of those locations. And, of course, Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. And be sure to get all your Bud Light specials at Jimmy's Wines and Spirits. So, now we're into the NFL. We're into talking wild card weekend. 2 big games yesterday. Let's address the first one. The Rams and the Panthers. And this is just like I told folks. I said, listen, if you're going to play it with the Island Game, take the Panthers in the 10.5 points and take the over. You would have won money. If you're picking straight up head-to-head, go with the Rams. They were the better team. They worked out the kinks they had over the last couple of weeks of the season. Better team on paper. I think they had a better coach and a better quarterback. Heck of a game yesterday, but the Rams were the better team, 34-31. What's your take on that? They come out of your division, Mega.
I was really, I ain't gonna lie, I was picking for the Panthers, I don't know, I was just hating. But you see, the thing about the Rams, when they had Devontae Adams back, they were, I think, a dangerous team, like what they always were all year with him in the lineup. But they are susceptible to the run, though. That's their weakness right there, is sometimes you could catch them on the run. But outside, that game came down exactly how I thought it was going to happen. Because remember, a few weeks ago when they went to Carolina was able to get the turnovers, put up points on them. The same thing we saw yesterday. But just so happens it was the reverse thing. So with Matt Stafford did what Matt Stafford always did. And that was impressive. That last drive, that touchdown, that catch.
And considering he was hitting with a bad hand.
Yes. So to see that, but I was like, when he caught that, I was like, wow, he did it again.
He had his hand on a helmet earlier in the game, making a throw and gutted it out.
So to me, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, see, with Devontae Adams in the lineup, you see how different they are with him and without him.
And they're more confident offensively on fourth downs with a Devontae Adams
they are.
And they will do it at will.
And they will do it. And then, they went for 4 downs a lot yesterday. And they were able to.
As the Panthers, too.
And the Panthers, yeah, everybody's getting back and forth. Because at first, when I saw that game, I think it was like 17.
It was 14-0,
17-7,
17-7, and then 17-7 tied up.
And then when I saw the punt block, I said, all right, look at the
to the
momentum
end,
change.
and they scored again. The momentum was in there. Yeah.
So the Carolina Panthers, the last play when your boy dropped the ball on that last catch, I said, because if he didn't
I don't think
that,
they play called well on the final drive. They had 3 timeouts.
No, they didn't. And then
go for 10-yard chunks, 15-yard chunks, and get the field.
Not only that, it's the defense would upset me though. It's like these defensive coordinators, all of a sudden everybody will play prevent.
Right, like, no.
My defense saw that. I rushed it 4.
I am going to rush.
I was trying to get that ball out of Matthew Stafford as fast
cover
as
2
possible.
shell or whatever. Maybe bring somebody off the edge. Maybe a 5.
Let them beat me underneath.
I agree.
But I'm not going to just keep there and just push everybody back. And that's what you saw.
And give up the 20-yard intermediate and stuff like that. And that's
saying?
what happened. But Higbee made a great catch on that final touchdown.
That catch was awesome.
That throw and
though.
catch was amazing.
So
couldn't knock the Rams. But it almost reminds you of the cardiac cats from the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s with Delhomme, Steve Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Like that team just has a heartbeat that you can't kill.
So
like,
let me see. But we can find out today who they can match up against in the next round, the divisional round.
Yep.
But yeah, man, big ups to the Rams, bro. And also big ups to the Panthers, though. I think they made a big step this year.
Well, the Panthers made an impression. I think you got to watch out for them in that division for years to come. Now they're a young team, young coach, and they're on the come up. Got to keep an eye out for.
If the Niners win today, you go to Seattle and the Rams go to Chicago. If Philly wins, they go to Chicago and the Rams go to Seattle. So there's going to be a divisional matchup in the divisional with either one of them teams. But all 3 of the NFC West teams can still be alive.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty, yes, Doc. Happy New Year, Mega, and Happy New Year to Chris if you're listening.
Yeah, man, what's going on, Muff?
Yeah, everything good. Hey, Naughty, you make a perfect example by Jack and Joe Buck. But you and Stock, you all ain't too far from them, but they're the best.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and Stock knows some of Stock's for how young he is, man. But let me ask you all something. The Heisman Trophy winner and Indiana, how they 15-0 now? If they happen to win that game next week, Monday now, they ain't going to win that. If they happen to win that and go 16-0 and be the champions, they'll do the same thing in college with Miami do in the NFL.
Not really, because you've had other undefeated college football teams that have won a national championship, albeit in different eras, but you have had undefeated national champions.
Oh, okay.
That will make the difference between the Miami Dolphins, who have done it in the history of the NFL, compared to college football, where you've had several teams over the span of time, great programs, have won with an undefeated season. More of them back in the day than we see today, but nonetheless, it's happened.
Yeah, boy, but he's dangerous, boy. 277 to the Air Force, 5 or so touchdowns. He missed with 23 passes. He's so accurate. So let me ask you something. They say him and Moore might be number 1, number 2. So they should end up the Vegas, the Titans, or the Giants.
Well, the Titans and the Giants have their quarterback, but Mendoza's definitely going to Las Vegas. But Dante Moore, the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. But Dante Moore falls somewhere.
Muff, so you know, just so you know, as far as undefeated talk, let me give you a couple of examples. Okay. 2000, you had Oklahoma; they were 13-0. 2001, you had Miami, the U, 12-0. 2002, You had them anyway. Ohio State, 14-0. 2005, Texas was 13-0. 2009, Alabama, 14-0. 2010, Auburn, 14-0. 13, Florida State, 14-0. Clemson, 15-0 in 2018. LSU, 2019 was 15-0. 2020, Alabama was 13-0. 2022, Georgia was 15-0. And 2023, Michigan was 15-0. So they all went undefeated, won a national championship. So that's why in college football it's not as special as it is in the NFL.
Oh, okay. But not next week, Monday, that could be a dangerous game, boy. Between him and Backbite.
I already totally said here, man. Every Cuban American, Haitian American, and Jamaican American who got their papers and ice could be there too. Dog eat their lunch in Indiana, lunch in Miami and Hard Rock Stadium.
Right. And Mega, y'all gonna have to take care of the Eagles today, so it wouldn't be no repeat championship.
Yeah, well,
Knock them out, and then it wouldn't be dead. But Josh Allen, wait, if y'all do that, Jacksonville, Mahomes out now, this your chance to get your championship, Josh. If the Eagles out and you don't get it this year, you in problems, sir. You in problems.
They definitely don't think.
And Naughty, it could take more than Trey Young for the Wizards to get to the playoffs. They could need more than him. That team.
I never said they was going anywhere.
I like to end with this. Mega, no, Stock boy.
Yeah.
Boy, I know you gave with the Texans tomorrow night. I know you gave with this.
Yeah, but the Texans are going to win.
Gentlemen, enjoy the games that's coming on the game with the Bears, and I can continue to listen to the Bears show on Guardian.
There you go, Muff. Appreciate it, man. Good stuff as always. Enjoy your Sunday, man. And tell your Steeler friends, listen for me Tuesday afternoon, live and direct in full effect. I got something for them.
You can be on them. Me and you can be on them. All right.
All right, let's switch to the other game now. Always good to hear from Muff. 31-27, Bears took care of the Packers. What I'm going to say is the Packers were up 21-3. No way you're supposed to lose this football game.
That's how the NFL is now, though. No game is safe no more.
Fourth time this season that the Bears have come back from 15 points or more down in the fourth quarter and won the game.
Yes, yeah, they are known for doing that this season, and that's a divisional rival too. So the thing about it is, you all know each other very well.
Ben Johnson is an evil scientist.
That's why they hired him, man.
And he loved to beat up some Matt LaFleur. So much so, did you see the handshake when they left last night?
That looked icy, boy.
I love that.
That was icy, boy.
I don't beat you, I don't have to grin up, but you take, congratulations, see you later.
He was talking smack before the season started, you know. When they hired him, you know.
He backed
up.
He backed
I
up. Enjoyed beating LaFleur twice a year, and he did that.
Even against Detroit, he was talking smack, even though, you know, Papa had to tell him, like, hold on now, you might get beat up on the Packers, but you won't beat us yet. You know what I'm saying? Because remember that last game with they still beat them. The Lions did beat them.
The Lions
they
dropped 52 on them early in the season.
So, yeah, man, I think he was a great pickup. He was a great hire.
Absolutely was.
He ain't beat Kyle yet, but
we'll see.
We see.
It was close.
We might get to see them.
He might buck.
He might buck again. Which I think to me would be a great NFC championship.
That would be the NFC. Exactly.
That'd be a great scoring game.
In Santa Clara.
You know what I'm saying?
No, in Chicago.
No, that'd be in Chicago this night.
But then if y'all win that, surprisingly, y'all at home.
Yeah, at home in the Super Bowl. You know?
Hey, and Fred Warner might be coming back. So that'll be huge if y'all win today.
Now that loss though, before we get too far ahead, let's just finish with the Packers and the Bears. And we will talk about the 49ers and the Eagles, because I think, you know, there's a fork in the road for both them franchises. Here's the deal with LaFleur and the Packers. Now you got some talks coming out of Green Bay that his job might not be too secure.
I've been hearing that.
And I said earlier in the group, that don't make no sense.
What you mean?
To fire Matt LaFleur?
I know
you fire Matt LaFleur today, Matt LaFleur get a job tomorrow.
And you know where that job will be? Right in Baltimore.
No, but y'all, didn't you just hire Stefanski?
We interviewed him.
Oh, you'll interview him.
But that's my second question. What is this whole attraction to Matt LaFleur?
Matt LaFleur is a great offensive coach.
And went right 3-13.
Exactly, and the way the league is going right now, unless you get, your personnel right now dictates who you hire. That's to me, Green Bay is more offensive than defensive.
I agree.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's fine, but he's been in the helm. And like they beat the bejesus out of the Cowboys a couple years ago in the first round, and in the second round,
I know. Listen,
You know,
I get what you're
He
saying.
could, I don't mind him getting fired, but to have him in Baltimore
But,
with Lamar Jackson,
yeah,
I
that-
wouldn't mind
that
at
to
all.
me, I think
Because
you-
he's no longer a Packer; he's a Raven at that point.
Yeah, but I think his whole approach to some of the things, I think he's one of them who loses the locker room, and I think maybe he might have lost some of the locker room in all of this.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It's
I don't-
possible. I'm not saying it ain't, but I don't know about
Listen,
that.
him, McVay, Shanahan, they come from that coaching tree where basically
Washington, Mike
right,
Shanahan
Washington, they
is
run
Bob.
that same
Yeah.
zone offense and everything like that.
That's
For
what
me,
wins the NFC Championships.
if you fire him right now, like I said, he'd be hired tomorrow because there are a lot of teams. But
because the youth is on his side too.
who Green Bay is going to pick up right now if they fire him? Right now, who's the coaching carousel right now available?
Harbaugh is one that could walk right through the door.
Yeah, but John is he was a special teams coach?
Flores
And
is
he's
one who could come
63.
in
Defensive.
and get that defense right because defense is obviously their Achilles heel.
Yeah, but defense was the Achilles because he had a lot of injuries though. And then when you lost Micah, that was a
I mean,
big
the
loss too.
secondary was weak from time, but losing Micah
and
hurts.
especially when what's the cornerback who went to you, Jaya Alexander. When he got injured,
And
he couldn't.
he retired.
He couldn't stay. That also helped that that backfield got into the
I
locker
mean, he
room.
busted and he just
But
walked
to
away and
me,
retired.
I think when you give up on a coach like Martin LaFleur right now, even though the NFL want scoring, I think that's going to be a big loss for them right now, unless they find somebody offensive minded with Jordan Love, those plethora of receivers they have, Josh Jacobs, and don't forget too losing that Kraft, the tight end, that was a big loss for them. All right, Tucker Kraft, the tight end in Green Bay. When they lost him in the season for the rest of the year, that offense looked different because you had a consistent person who started to become Jordan Love's number one, and it was the tight end. It wasn't because Christian Watson didn't come until later on. Romeo Dobbs is in and out. The other wide receivers in and out. Josh Jacobs was in and out with his injuries. Tucker Kraft became that consistent number one target for Jordan Love, and then Jordan Love was getting injured. So I think if they was fully healthy on the offensive side, they might have still been playing next week.
Boy, I don't know. I know they took some injuries, offensive line wise, defense wise.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But injuries are part of the game, Mega.
No, I'm not making an excuse for that because my team is one team that's been dealing with injuries all year.
Quite frankly, I'm glad they lost. I thought they were a fraudy team all season
All
long.
year. All year. Even when they
Contenders,
traded
not contenders.
when they traded for Michael Parsons, I was like, that's not
And
your
even
problem.
when you look, I didn't even
like, secondary's weak
I didn't
again,
even want to
edge
get
rusher.
into it earlier with you when you said, oh, Michael Parsons all pro. But if you break down his 13 sacks this year, a lot of them came like this. Against Detroit, for example. They beat him. He had 4 sacks against Goff. And that was garbage time sacks.
He's a front runner.
So you take 4 garbage time sacks because they garbage time.
right.
Now you're down to 9. They gave him one against the Cowboys where Dak was clearly over the line of scrimmage.
That was false.
And-
A sack.
Huh?
That wasn't a sack.
That wasn't a sack. That's 5 right there.
So false.
Right.
So we down now to 8.
Or 7.5.
7.5.
sacks.
Now, did he have 1 or 2 games where he had multiple sacks? Yes.
Yeah.
Did he have a
But
bunch of
against
games
the
where he had
Cardinals-
1 tackle? You could still run the football straight at him. He can't stop. He can't do nothing to stop the run.
He had 3 against the Cardinals and then some other weak team. Like
Correct.
great player, great edge rusher, but first team all pro. I'd put him second team all pro.
Correct. And
There's
just
guys
like
Nick Bonito and Brian Burns getting like harder.
and just like
fast.
Jamar Chase took and robbed the spot of one George Pickens on the All-Pro team.
Yeah, I hated that. They
Yeah,
have this
I
they have this affinity for Jamar Chase.
Listen,
that don't
I saw
understand.
when I saw the first team All Pro picks, I was like,
Cooper DeJean as the slot corner.
that right there was
Hold
like,
on.
what?
No Tyler Smith from the Dallas Cowboys at
on
right
the
guard.
line. These
Yeah.
Broncos dudes on the line. And they
Garbage.
Garbage. That's garbage.
I said I don't know who's picked these All Pros team, but I was like, some of them picks I saw, I was like,
Head
you know?
scratches.
Yeah. Is it picked by the players or by the writers or something?
The
The writers. And it's just there's so much layers to those onions when writers get involved.
I think some of that be personal too.
Politics.
Correct.
I know, because like you said with Michael Parsons, they just scratched me when they saw him. I was like, Michael Parsons.
Jordan Brooks from the Miami
They
Dolphins.
saw that too. I was like, I don't want just so Dolphin fans, but I was like, I guess they had to get some
Who's
type
he,
of
the
pick
long
there.
snapper?
Linebacker from Miami. I don't know who is this guy. Jeffrey Simmons made it from the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons a good guy, been putting in work for years, but is he really the best defensive tackle? No, but
Jeffrey Simmons is pretty good though. I
He's
give him
pretty
credit.
decent.
Will Anderson and Miles Garrett making it.
Oh, that was Hans
no,
Dodd.
no gripes with it.
Yeah, no gripes with that.
Quinion Mitchell, I believe he's slightly overrated, but he's the top dog in Philly, and he deserves like that. But Cooper DeJean being there,
Yeah, that
Cooper DeJean,
Kevin
that's
Byard got there from the Bears.
That's must be a DEI pick.
that was a pick for Trump, man.
That definitely
Yeah,
was.
that must be a DEI pick.
You know
Because
what's-
when I saw that, they was like, okay, we got a
Cooper DeJean.
a white
what?
quarter. We got a white quarterback here.
What's crazy to me
That's what I
also,
see.
what's crazy to me is this too. The fact that the special for my Ravens, the punter made it. He's been a great punter. Will Reichard from the Vikings made it as the kicker. Accurate, hit all the kicks and everything like that.
Over Brandon Aubrey? Garbage.
Not only him.
That's
not
right.
Only him,
That's
because
right.
We know Brandon
Garbage.
Aubrey. Not only that, Cam Little didn't make an All-Pro, first or second team, or make the Pro Bowl. And Cam Little has a 68-yard field goal and a 67-yard field goal. You could move him
And
past
just,
the 50-yard line
excuse
and
me,
you can hit it.
excuse me. Big respect to Cam Little.
Hey,
And his leg is definitely not little. But he's going to need 5 more 60-yard field goals to even come
talk
in
with
the
Aubrey,
conversation
okay.
with Brandon Aubrey.
But he has the 2 longest field goals ever. He broke Tucker's 5-year record.
And Brandon Aubrey has the most 60-yarders in the history
Right,
of the
so
NFL.
he has the so Little has the quality and Brandon has the quantity.
And quality.
Yeah, they're quality as well, but when you have 68 and 67, that's a little bit more quality than like, okay, it's a 65.
Yeah, but if you have 7
I'm saying he has
60-yard field.
field plus it being plus 60, so you could make the case for Aubrey over him, but Little's like
If you got a 68-yard and a 66-yarder, but I got 2 64-yarders, a 65, a 66, and a 67, we're in the conversation,
Aubrey
brother.
don't have a 67-yarder. I don't think he might, yeah. And he can hit from there, we know
Who,
that.
Brandon Aubrey?
And
Yeah.
Aubrey's the
Oh,
best
yeah,
kicker
man.
in the game.
That's the
in my
best kicker in the
eyes.
NFL right now, if you ask me.
Reichard made it because of his accuracy, but he don't have the leg these guys have.
No.
Little and
Listen,
Aubrey are the 2 top dogs
The
in the
2
NFL.
top dogs are Brandon Aubrey, Little from Jacksonville, and there's one other kicker out there that you have to mention. Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
I just consider one
But he
from,
messed up his
from
last
the
couple of
Chargers.
games.
And I put for him for one reason and one reason only.
Fantasy.
The name.
That last
The
name.
name. Dicker the kicker.
Like Furkman Korkmaz back
So,
in the day.
Who?
Furkan
Okay,
Korkmaz.
you could say it. I can't say it.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not
I
even
always
gonna
get
be from the Sixers.
I always get in trouble, but
Korkmaz,
Cork
Korkmaz.
Marge was up there. He was one of the greatest 2 guards in the history of the NBA.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
the most points this year in the league? Was it Boswell
Rams.
from the
From the
Steelers?
Steelers,
From the Steelers, I
From the
think.
Steelers, okay.
Oh, that's
All
a
right.
kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, and the most points.
But I don't know. I mean, you look at all what the playoffs have to offer, and
Tell
you
you the
look
truth,
at,
I think Little wins the game today for Jacksonville, but we'll get into that.
no, I think Jacksonville wins the game outright. I don't even think I think Jacksonville wins by a touchdown.
I don't hate that pick, Because
All right.
remember, 8 years ago, Bills Jaguars wild card.
Well, let's-
Jacksonville went all the way to the title game that year.
Let's get into it. I mean, let's have a look. You got the 1:00 game. You got the Bills, 12-5, taking on the Jaguars, 13-4, and nobody saw the Jaguars being in this position.
That's why
right
Liam
now.
Cohen's my pick for coach.
Yeah, I didn't. But
They were
after,
4-13 and flipped it around 13
yeah,
and 4.
after I saw that defense, the defense turned around this year.
Liam Cohen.
Okay.
How much more matzo ball soup and kosher pickles can you get
Liam Cohen.
than Liam Cohen?
Duval.
Listen, after I see how fiery he was with Robert Saleh, I was like, okay, I think Jacksonville got themselves a coach.
Yeah, man.
You know, I think he's solid. He earned my respect, especially that.
wants to play at the level that Trevor Lawrence is playing at,
Yes.
and nobody can unlock Trevor Lawrence.
Exactly, because they was calling Trevor Lawrence a bust.
He was looking that way.
And then
Trevor
you see that-
Lawrence jucked me in a fantasy final by 5 touchdowns.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
I just learned Trevor's his middle
And you know
name.
they did all of that
Willie-
without that
William.
number 1 pick, the top pick this year. He was out like week 8?
You're talking
Yeah.
about Travis Hunter.
Oh, Travis Hunter, yeah.
Right, yeah. He's not even back yet. I think
But they
he'll be
need to
better, but
figure
he has
out how to
pick a
use
side.
Travis Hunter moving forward.
But this is what I was telling from a long time. I was telling everybody, you can't have him talking about he wants to play offense and defense. He's gonna get tired. They're gonna scheme at him, and then you telling me you want to come on the field. You're gonna play offense. Maybe give you some seams, and then what defense are gonna do? The defense is gonna say, "But
I
you know
think
what?
he should just stick to being a defensive back and
I
be
think
elite at that.
that's
Because it's
what I
harder
said
to
too.
find an elite defensive back like how he was in college. than-
Exactly.
You can find good receivers and serviceable receivers and
I
scheme
would
them
use-
open.
I would
But an
use-
elite corner,
Yeah, I would use him in Satan packages in offense. But I keep him as a
like
cornerback.
a Dion, this certain play third and this,
Right.
but like to play the full snaps and like I don't think he should do that. I think
No.
he should just stick to
And I don't
quarterback.
think he understands, but I think he can understand now that he was injured and he was gone for the rest of
think
the
he's
year.
gonna- I think he's gonna
How
wisen
realistically
up.
it is
Yeah.
now that, hey, this the big leagues, these
Because he
boys
wasn't
be
even
hitting.
producing getting the play because he wasn't using them in big packages. Liam Cohen when he would play both
No.
sides.
I mean-
Stick to being a corner because he's good at corner.
I mean, he did burn us in on 3rd and 15 in the game. I remember,
I remember that catch. It was incredible. I
Yeah.
forgot it was against them. It was
You know
incredible.
what I'm saying? But I think he just needs to come back and he just needs to pick a side. This agent needs to say, okay, bro, we can make you a cornerback and we can build off. We enough weapons on offense anyhow, but they don't need him anyhow on
Like
offense.
ETN, there's Jacoby Myers.
Tra-
Sure.
right,
Parker
Jacoby.
Washington's been stepping up amazingly.
Brian Thomas.
Jr. when he's ready.
You know? So I think when he comes back, let's just keep him as a secondary player. I mean, on secondary.
Yeah.
And just build around that.
I agree.
Because their defense is solid, you know.
And with a solid corner to go with it, him.
Exactly. You know, Josh Allen was solid this year too. You know, even though his
The
numbers didn't
defensive
pop
end
up
you're
the
talking about, yeah.
right.
Tynes Allen, yeah.
It didn't pop off the board, but he was still consistently good in there. I keep forgetting the defensive tackle who came from the 49ers who plays with them now.
Arik Armstead.
Arik Armstead, right? You know what I'm saying? So they got a solid front seven.
Oh yeah.
You know, so let them go in the back end, build up that secondary unit. Jacksonville will be making some noise next season. And I think they got some good solid cap space to pick up one or two other free agents if they want to. You know, you don't need to get nobody flashy, you know. Just get somebody who consistent, solid. And listen, they could be there for a while if they build on what they do this year. Because even when they went to when they played not San Diego, the Chargers,
LA Chargers.
and they won that, you know, even after that year, they went right back to being the same regular 6-win, 5-win team that they always was.
They did. They were 8-3 at a point that
8-3 at a point.
They
Remember,
played us because we were good that year. The
We
Raiders.
played them that year
3-3,
too
yeah.
because they think both of us was coming in at 6-3 or something like that, and we beat them. And then all of a sudden they started to fall down.
Falter.
You know, so Jacksonville got some solid in the game, man. You know,
I like Jacksonville at home. I think Buffalo's run its course. I think this is the last chapter for McDermott to write. I think if Buffalo gets beat in this game, you might see a coaching change in the offseason, or you might see a total overhaul. Even to the point where you might think about trading to Josh Allen.
nah, man, they ain't doing no Josh Allen. That's a generational talent right there right now.
Okay, then you hold on to him, and you got to trade other pieces to build around him.
The problem is with them is who's the number one receiver on the team?
I'm just
Keon
thinking-
Coleman was there, and they treat Keon Coleman like
And now he's out of football, right? Well,
no, not really. I know what you
Well,
mean,
he's immature, not showing up to meetings, doing things. That
but you need a number one receiver though.
you do. It can't be Khalil Shakir all the time.
You see what I'm saying?
no, but obviously there had to be some sort of disconnect with Keon Coleman not showing up for meetings because he was their golden boy when they drafted him. They loved him the first year.
Out of Florida State, yeah.
So obviously something had to, or a disconnect had to happen in the second year. I mean, Keon Coleman will look good in Baltimore. Baltimore needs a good number 2 to run alongside
Boy,
Zay Flowers.
I was just gonna say, you put him on side of Zay Flowers, that boy can get that boy can get spread around.
Not everybody is going to have CeeDee Lamb on one side and George Pickens on the other, but you're going to see a lot of other teams try to pull a page out of that book and say, let's go with 2 stud receivers.
You know what's unfortunate though? We paid Mark Andrews 3 years, 30-something million. Now how are we going to move that contract?
Despite what y'all think, there are teams interested in Andrews, especially playoff contenders who need a solid veteran tight end.
Mark's still solid, you know.
He's still solid. He's still playing.
Please find me whoever could get him because I want him gone. I mean, he's a part of like that heart needs to just go. Likely, look at the catch Likely made. And people tried to say,
And look at the foolishness Likely to do too, though.
yeah, the
Penalties,
drop ball and all
drop
that.
balls.
But who's gonna come up bigger in a moment when you need him?
He's got a lot of talent.
Jaguars game in 2023. end of the
Isaiah
third
Likely
quarter.
is very talented, but
Best jump ball Moss tight end in the NFL. I will stand firm on that. He comes up every time you need him. So I would get rid of Andrews, who don't come up in the moments you need him. And we've seen that time and time and time again. So, but yeah, Keon Coleman would be good in Baltimore.
Yeah, the Buffalo just need to figure out what they want to do with their offense. You build around the run, then you start to create, you know,
They've got the NFL's rushing
James
king,
Wood right
James
there.
Cook.
Yeah. So my thing is, you
Get a
just got to
solid
try.
number one because the Daltons, Kincaid, and Knox.
Exactly. You got 2 solid
tight
tight
ends.
ends. You just need that number one receiver because a lot of games I watched this year, Buffalo offense was just, once you stop the run, it was just, if you're going to do something with his legs to create time or run,
Because they
make a
got
play.
the number one rushing offense.
Yeah,
It's reminiscent of the 23 Ravens. in a
Exactly,
way,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
They need that number
And
one.
then they had
receiver.
a lot of injuries on defense too. I can't take that from them. They had a ton of injuries on defense.
Tre'Davious White's now one of their solid corners again, and like being relied on to be
But,
great. And
you know what I'm
sorry.
saying? So I know if they don't win today, I think Sean McDermott gone.
I think he's gone.
I think that's another team that
Moving
needs
into a
a.
new stadium, a new identity to them.
They just need a new. I think they need an offensive minded coach too.
I agree. They might
That's
be
how I
in the
think.
running for Kubiak or,
Yeah,
or a
but-
guy. What's the Rams offensive coordinator name? The little blonde boy. Looks like McVay. I forget
Yeah,
his name, but him
I can't
too.
remember his name off the top of my head, but I don't know
either.
about. But some of these teams you need to have the right personnel to go along with what you do, like what's your strengths.
I
Pittsburgh. That's
100%
why.
agree.
That's why Tomlin he works well in Pittsburgh because they strength is defense. All the money they spend on defense.
Close games, and then you'll pull
Yeah.
it out at the end.
That's
Somehow,
that's
some
that's
way.
why. You know what I'm
Whether
saying?
they,
But
make a play or they get some black magic missed kicks to
yeah, just
help them
get
out.
yourself a good offensive minded coach because
Yeah.
McDermott's a defensive coach.
So those first, like I said, the first game today,
Bills Jags. I like
Bills
the
Jags. We'll go over the picks in a minute, but I think there's going to be changes made in Buffalo if they lose this game
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I agree.
49ers and the Eagles, 12-5. 49ers on the road against the Eagles, 11-6. Now I hate the two of these squads, and I hate the two of these squads set of fans too. But I hate the Eagles and I hate the 49er fans.
As you should.
As do I, and as you
Which
should.
I should, because there's a mutual respect between Cowboy and 49er fans. It's like the Ron Burgundy kind of, but I hate you, but I respect you. Okay?
It's like a great wrestling rivalry, like John Cena and The Rock or something like that.
Please. Stud
He's
boy,
mad I
I love you.
interjected Cena.
But
All right, Stone
John
Cold
Cena
versus The
cannot.
Rock.
John Cena is second. I don't care about 17 world championships.
If championships are what
Cena.
you know what? Hey.
Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, that whole Ohio Valley crew that
different
came
tier.
through. That's a different
Yeah,
tier.
yeah.
I'll make it better. I'll say Stone Cold versus The Rock. That's a
Much
better
better.
Yeah, we can
rivalry.
look at that. Yeah.
Much
Okay,
better.
yeah.
Much
The
better.
Undertaker and Mick
Much
Foley,
better.
which is a classic
Much
rivalry from
better.
back in the day. Yes, okay, fine then. Let me not
Much
interject
better.
Cena.
Much
Get
better.
so upset.
Yeah. Cena's a clown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cena's the Donnie Wahlberg
Okay.
of wrestling.
Okay, sure.
Pick up some Joe basketball boy still though.
But yeah.
Yeah, this game to me, listen. At first, like I said, I did pick the Eagles, even though I'm a diehard Niner. It was just so much injuries.
You're one of them logical ones that'll say, "Hey, we have these injuries, so
You,
realistically."
you have to be logical
I
with this
respect
thing, man.
that.
But with Trent Williams coming back, Ricky Pearsall coming back, that changed the whole dynamic of this offense.
Yeah.
When these two guys were back, and you see the Bucks Seattle because those two players
They
wasn't
were
in the
out
game.
again, yeah.
Okay, and then you saw a different offense whatsoever. But now that you see them back, even though the game is in Philly, even though Philly got a solid defense, I'm gonna give the Niners the edge in this game. I'm gonna say, it's gonna be close.
And I think Shanahan's a better coach than
No,
Sirianni.
okay. Listen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Prior to this, with no Williams and with no Pearsall, I was like, all right, Philly. But here's why, and as much as I hate to do it, because I hate the She-Goats. Two things going on today that I think are gonna be the difference in the game. Number one, the weather is a factor. You got some rain and you got some snow coming in. 49ers typically don't like to play in that kind of weather.
No.
Number two, I do not know how close to 100% Trent Williams is, nor do I know how close to 100% Ricky Pearsall is. In addition to that, Brock Purdy got hit upside the head last week.
I think it was a stinger.
Regardless, Purdy has a knack for picking up little injuries that he's
That
got to
nag,
play
yeah.
through, that nag through. And a stinger is something that's nagging. You go on the road and play Philadelphia, and despite with one of that team all season long, the offense has had issues, but the defense has been consistent. Half of the field is going to get taken away because Quinion Mitchell is still going to be Quinion Mitchell. And whether we agree with it or not, the other All-Pro on the other side, Cooper DeJean, is going to be there too.
Is he on the other
So,
side or he's just a
slot?
slot receiver?
Or,
He's a
slot
slot
guy. He's going to be there doing his thing. The more important thing is the D-line of Philadelphia, I think, is going to be impactful
It is.
because Trent Williams is not 100%. You still got some injuries on that line there. Second of all, the 49ers have been susceptible against the run all season long.
Especially when you're losing the top rookie, too.
Correct. And today is the day where we have our first absolute phenomenal Saquon Barkley sighting. And I think Saquon is the catalyst to the win today. Saquon runs it up in rushing and receiving out of the backfield, taking the pressure off Jalen Hurts because I think the locker room has gone against Hurts. So I think they're just trying to put him in a position to be a game manager and get it done. I think they're going to keep the ball on the ground. I think they're going to try to keep the defense on the field as long as they can, make you tired, play under the conditions, and then play Cares back and run some blitzes and run some different looks at Brock Purdy and try to get out of there with a win. I don't see whoever wins this game, the 49ers or the Eagles, advancing beyond week 2 of the tournament.
Yeah.
But today, I got to go with Philadelphia because they're at home and because San Francisco is still susceptible against the run.
Yeah, I just want to see, like you said, I just want to see how Trent and Ricky look. Especially Trent Williams. Because if Trent Williams is able to hold up, him and Dominic Pooney, who's the left guard, that's usually a solid side right there when the two playing together. So Brock, that side there, like you say, if he plays well on this condition to see how he is, I think he's gonna have some time. It all depends on how Trent Williams looks. Ricky to me, like you say, you could use him as the decoy just to.
And Fangio has all kind of exotic blitz looks and disguises it. So it ain't gonna be an easy road.
But what I must say though, I will give Robert Saleh credit because you held the Seattle Seahawks to 13 points.
Twice.
Exactly.
And
It was a division game. But it showed me, even though that defense depleted the way it is, he found ways and schemes. Because remember now, even in the game against Seattle couldn't score. They scored 3 points.
Yeah, that's true.
In the second half. So whatever he did with that defense to change, and that's why good coaching always know how to make adjustments. We seen that yesterday. If they're able to hold that offense under 20 points, the Niners have a chance to win that game.
My thing is, I don't think it goes under 20 today, Mega. I think Saquon busts maybe 1 or 2.
I think he's
chunk
2 for
players.
1.
And the most petulant wide receiver in the NFL, I think he's given a couple
Arthur
of.
Warren.
Yeah, I think AJ Brown is giving some hugs today too.
He better get too much in the
Your
head,
secondary has some issues to it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking, and if it's not AJ Brown, it'll be Devontae Smith, and then it'll cause AJ to be in his feelings next week and cost Philadelphia in round 2.
But and Philly goes to round 2 if they win. You say against Chicago.
If they win, they go to Chicago. The Rams go to Seattle. Beaten Philly in Philly. I think they'd beat them again.
So I like I say in this one today, just based on the injuries, where I'm not 100% sold on the health of Williams and so on and so forth, and the fact that the Eagles commit to running the football. 49ers haven't been able to stop the run this year.
No.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
What if they load the Bucs almost every down, every play, and force Jalen to throw?
They ain't going to give it one-on-one. Somebody's going to give it
Then his name is Dallas Goedert, and he's going to catch the ball ad nauseum to the tune of 10 or 11 catches, 100 and some yards, and a touchdown or
is the
2.
guy who went to L.A. in perfect, pristine conditions and threw 4 picks against the Chargers. So
I think Sirianni is bipolar. I think
that's very true.
I think the sensible side of Sirianni's bipolarness shows up today, and they get a win.
I mean, that's how he's coaching, anyhow. He bipolar for true.
All right, let's move to the Chargers and the Patriots. That's the 8:15 game.
This ain't even going to be close.
I think Vrabel has the Patriots playing Patriot football. I think Josh McDaniel has realized that him and the McDaniel kid out of Miami, they will never be head coaches. They will always be great offensive coordinators. It's called the McDaniel curse. And I think they get some points on the offensive side of the ball, but I think they get some big plays from the defense.
I agree.
Because I still don't think that quarterback for the Chargers, Herbert,
he's not playoff.
He's not 100% yet with the hand. He's still dealing with issues with that.
Yeah. I know.
He's got playoff issues already from being there before and having issues.
27-point lead to the Jags blown.
The
blown out
Patriots are
by
playing in
Houston.
New England. Weather may be a factor. They got 2 stud running backs in Travion Henderson and Ramon playing good football. Quietly, Stephon Diggs has emerged.
Another 1,000 yards.
Another 1,000-yard season. And Hunter Henry and the other tight end. Hunter Henry.
I forget. the
And
other
there's another
tight
one.
end's
You know
name. I
exactly
the
what I'm
one you're
talking about. Both of
I know who you're
those.
talking about.
And now I got to look
Demario
at it.
Douglas at receiver, along with Keyshawn Butte. No, pause on that, but yeah, him, the gambling guy. He's been a solid receiver too. But I just like but that's the main piece of that offense. The
Austin
MVP.
Hooper and Hunter Henry.
Austin Hooper from the Falcons.
Two
way
veteran
back in
guys,
the
but
day.
they catching the
Hooper's
ball.
still around. But the MVP of the league, Drake May. He's gonna
Matthew
he's
Stafford.
gonna, I think Drake May's gonna take it.
Buddy,
No.
after last night and that throw to
After- yeah, I was
Parkinson,
gonna
man,
say.
Matthew Stafford.
Last night,
As a matter of fact, he's in LA, bigger market than New England. I'm going to say Matthew freaking Stafford.
the wild card has no bearing on the MVP votes. The votes were turned in before the game.
Yeah, you know.
Last year, Lamar Jackson went 41-4 with 4,100 yards, went to the first team All-Pro just like Stafford did. Allen still got the MVP. Drake May still has every potential
Drake May
to
may
get
get
the MVP. I would personally go to Stafford off the pure stats. But when you look at him losing to the Panthers in the regular season, getting taken to the wall in this game, and then also losing to a team like Atlanta, at that point in the season, I think it's going to edge to May. But we'll see. But either way, Drake May has been a great quarterback this year, the second best
Listen.
in football. He's playing out of his
Maybe
mind.
change an MVP award. Just call it the quarterback. award.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know how you go about and not put Christian McCaffrey name in that MVP conversation.
Had almost 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing again.
you know what I'm saying?
But
And he was the key to the offense.
I agree. But I think the main thing is that, because Jonathan Taylor had the Colts finish like 14-3 or 13-4 and made the playoffs actually without Jones getting hurt. I think he wins it. But hey,
The bottom fell out of Indianapolis
that's
there,
the
man.
standard. Signing Phillip Rivers was just a spectacle, a circus show. Riley Leonard was better than him in the game he played.
The question for them is who's going to be the quarterback next year?
That's a good question.
It ain't going to be Daniel
Anthony
Jones, and it ain't going to be
Richardson-
old boy from Florida either.
Anthony Richardson's rotting there.
I was just going to say what happened to
He's
him.
rotting
Get him out somewhere and give him an opportunity elsewhere.
in Canada.
No, he could do it in the
I can
NFL.
make an NFL somewhere else.
Miami.
There's plenty of teams that need quarterbacks.
Fair. That's fair.
You think Tua's going to go somewhere next season?
Tua may end up
On the bench.
on the bench, but this teams is going to need. I think Tua's career now goes the route of Marcus Mariota. You get one more starting job somewhere, and then you become a career backup, and a good quality career backup.
I
that
don't
you
hate
could,
that for him.
So, talking about that right now with the Dolphins, who was the problem then? Because they started off with Mike McDaniel giving 2 good years, where Tua was a pretty good quarterback. The last 2 was trash. So who would you say was the problem then?
McDaniel, Tua, and the offensive line, and the GMs for not working those picks
Greer.
correctly.
But I know who gets the last laugh, and that's Brian Flores. Because he wanted Herbert, and they told him, no, we're going with Tua.
Wow.
And guess what? He gets the
And when,
last
in
laugh.
retrospect, you look at Herbert and Tua, and both of them
I
sucked.
mean, both of them. But, you couldn't get Burrow.
Both
that
of them
point.
underachieved.
And Jalen Hurts fell to the
Listen.
second round. If you wanted to take
Herbert
him.
had a good rookie year. I ain't gonna lie. Now.
Right.
When he came out, he was like,
Oh, yeah.
everybody was on him.
They
like,
loved him.
Yeah.
And the
Chase
matinee
Young had
idol,
a great
good
rookie
looks,
year,
and
too,
oh,
with 7
God.
sacks, and now Chase
So-
Young's in New Orleans.
They were ready to give him the script for the new Indiana Jones movie. You can be.
So, I don't know what happened there, bro. But that's just the league, man. I mean, look who's the number one. Look who's the number one seed in the NFC. With that. Look at that quarterback.
Seattle, and then
This,
Denver.
this guy was just telling you a couple of years ago he was seeing ghosts on the field. Now he had a chance to play in his very first Super Bowl.
System quarterback,
and
man.
everybody
you get
got-
into the right system, you'll be fine.
It's a Tampa Bay.
And there's one
And Tampa
adage.
Bay this year disappointed me, man.
There's one adage that all football coaches will tell you, and new football coaches need to remember it. If you want to win a football game, there's 2 things you need to do: run the football and play defense. That's
That's
it.
it.
You do those 2 things simple, you go win. All the rest is icing on the cake.
That's it. You ain't lying.
So the Patriots, I think they run the football to David Henderson and Stevenson. Drake May as well is one who's prone to scramble. I like the Patriots to win at home. Texans Steelers Monday night. I look at it like this. I look at the Texans, the veterinarian that come into the barn and grab the rabid, grizzled animal that is in pain, suffering from rabies, and puts it out of its misery. Does the humane thing and administers the euthanasia.
Hey, big up to my boy Leo. I hope he heard that.
That's exactly who it was for.
Probably celebrating that Tyler Loop missed field goal. And guess what? You're about to face a defense that is Houston can go to the Super Bowl off that defense.
Houston has a Super Bowl
Houston,
ready
yeah.
And
defense.
D'Amico, credit to him. I'm proud of him. Black head coach in that position. They were 3-5 and 0-3, 9 straight wins.
Yeah, they started off horrible.
and 9 straight wins.
I personally think how the Steelers play on night games, I think the Texans are poised to punch them square in the mouth.
It'll be something 30-14, 34-15, something like
And
that.
I think the return of Metcalf doesn't make it any easier because look at the matchup. They're going up against Stingley and the Texans.
Jalen Petrie is the strong safety. They're loaded.
You got to celebrate first team All Pro.
All right.
Stingley.
Well, Mr. Producer
First
said us.
team All-Pro.
So,
Will Anderson, the fourth.
We got to get to the wrap, but just a quick recap. We all went with the Jags over the Bills today.
Yep.
We did.
Meg and I, and we all went with the Eagles over the
I went
49ers.
Niners.
You went
I went
Niners.
Niners. I'm
Stat
going
Boy went
Niners.
with the Niners.
Yep.
We're all mutual Patriots over the Chargers
And Texans over
and
the Steelers.
Texans over the Steelers. All right, we got Rich Eisen taking us home. We got my pigskin picks, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game, coming right out of the gate, out of the break, and that'll be followed up by Rich Eisen. What's more likely for the wild card weekend? You know, we had to get Rich in there for you. So for Mega, for Stat Boy, for Pearlie, who's traveling, for Clint J, who will be back next week. It's your boy Naughty. We'll see you next week right here on the Press Box. Enjoy your NFL wild card weekend.
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
We're talking about playoffs.
Playoffs.
You all two should enjoy watching it, you know.
Yeah,
We
because
only-
it's stress-free. Bro. Everybody's killing. I'm my little brother who's a chief, so
and
they never
next
stress
week,
about.
and next week we could start our draft party because you'll be officially out, and we can start looking at all of us what we're gonna draft.
That's a good one.
I keep them noted then.
There you go, man. So for everybody, man, right here on the Press Box, enjoy your games and let there be football. Naughty back at you, repping for the Island Game. The NFL season is upon us, and the final push is back with the Island Game, and you could win big all NFL season long. Every $20 bet made on the Island Game Sportsbook gets you registered for the grand drawing. $2,000 in September, $3,000 in October, $5,000 in November, and in December, an all-expense-paid trip to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. So it pays to play and win with the Island Game. The game you know, the friends you trust. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Naughty back at you with my NFL wildcard weekend picks, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. That's who we're playing and winning with all season long. And if you want to play on IslandGame.com. Also being brought to you by Green Parrot and Margaritaville, PI. All the action going on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's games. Bud Light specials, wing specials, and off-the-chain menus at both locations. And, of course, Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. And get your Bud Light specials at your favorite Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location. All right, here's who I like this week, starting with Saturday's game. On Saturday, I like the Rams over the Panthers. I like the Bears over the Packers. On Sunday, I like the Jaguars over the Bills. The Eagles over the 49ers. The Patriots over the Chargers. And on Monday, I like the Texans over the Steelers.
What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
All right, Christopher, what do you have over there?
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
This is
Hey,
great.
everybody.
A pre-wild card
ESPN.
weekend edition of What's
Let's
More
go.
Likely.
Oh,
And by the way,
stacked.
the first ever brought to you by our friends at Pella Windows and Doors. This is a big one.
This is big. This is big.
On ESPN.
And it is supersized.
And Disney Plus.
So let
in the app.
Guys, more
And
likely.
ESPN Radio.
More likely to be the what? Are you done?
Yes, I am. Thank you. And Sirius XM.
Keep going.
And our podcast.
YouTube. More likely to be the bigger, wider winning margin. Indiana tonight over Oregon or any wild card game this weekend.
Wow.
We all expected.
Oh, I'll
win,
take
right?
any wild card game over the weekend. I think Indiana and Oregon is going to be nice and tight.
Really? We thought that against Indiana.
I understand
Alabama
that,
too,
but
right?
this is a conference game, Chris.
So?
There was only 10 points up there in Oregon, so you think the Oregon home field advantage that day is worth 7 points and it'll be a 17-point victory or 20-something?
I don't think it's coming down to a Hail Mary tonight. If you get
I will go with the wider winning margin will be one of the wild card games this weekend.
Interesting.
Is what I will do. Yes, sir. I'm not taking my shot to identify which one it may be.
Okay.
Oh, screw it. I'll do it.
No, I'm going to pin you down on like 2 more topics.
Okay, sounds good.
More likely.
I thought you were opening that Pella window for me.
Close.
To go through.
I'm going to open the Pella door. And
Look at you.
More likely duo to combine for more yards, Puka and Devontae or T-Mac, and hit him with the Rico. Hit him with the Rico.
Come on, man.
I don't know what that means.
Puka and Devontae. Come on, man.
Well, all Devontae Adams does is catch 1 yard touchdowns.
Okay.
So how's he going to get yards?
Okay. Yeah, I think he's got some chunk plays in him, too.
Okay.
And it's been a month since he went down in a heap against the Lions.
He's healthy.
I was in the stadium that day, and I did turn to Cooper. I'm like, you won't see him to the playoffs. And I was right. And I'm going to be right on this one as well. End of story. What else you got over there, Chris?
More likely that is the most lopsided game, Rams, Panthers this weekend, or any wild card game goes to overtime.
Oh, I'll go any wild card game goes to overtime. How does that sound?
I didn't think you'd do that.
You didn't think you thought
Zagged.
I'm zagging. I'm
Zagged.
zagging. You're zigging, I'm zagging. I think that's going to be a close one.
Really?
Yeah. See, this was your way to pin me down on which one might
Kind of,
be
yeah.
lopsided?
I mean, 10.5 point spread. In this.
I'm going to go with the potential lopsided one, the Jaguars against the Bills. Jaguars have been winning games by 19 per, sir.
I'm aware.
Okay?
I'm aware.
And if Allen is somewhat banged up, Terrell Bernard is not playing in this game. There's one of 3 named Bills players to be ruled out. I'm just saying, everybody's zigging that, here comes Josh Allen and Jacksonville's going to be the Washington Generals, and I'm going to flip that script. Christopher, what else you got over there?
More likely
Rich
to
flips
be
scripts, Chris.
the bigger number.
I'm a script flipper.
Guys,
Be careful saying that 10 times fast.
we're going to have some weather in Chicago. Bigger number. Inches of snow during the game in Chicago or Bears forced turnovers.
Mike Del Tufo
I have not
is the
researched
Rich
this.
Eisen Show
I
meteorologist
have not
slash
researched.
audio executive.
I've not
Meaning-
researched.
But in terms of not researching, you mean Mike Hoskins,
But
our
I'm-
coordinating
I'm-
producer, did not furnish you with this information.
Chances are it's probably going to snow
All
in
right,
Chicago.
Chris, I'm going to go with thank you, pal.
I mean, I'm
what
just
a
giving you
boy, what a limb you're
I'm
going
just
out on
throwing
there.
that out there.
Aren't you, Mr. Doppler? You got it over? I mean, I have no idea. I haven't paid attention to the weather.
Oh, 65% chance of precipitation.
Yeah.
It's going to be right around freezing. We're getting some snow in this game.
I'll go Bears force turnovers. How about that?
You're going to pick the Bears, aren't you?
I'm wavering. I'm waffling. Ashton was here. Of course, I'd give him what he wants to hear. That's what it means to be a host with the most. What else, Chris?
Is there more likely to be more games that come down to the final possession this weekend? Or coaches that'll be fired after this weekend?
Oh, I'll go. Come on, man. So what? So you're saying if the Bills do get blown out, see you later to,
Sean McDermott?
Yeah.
You said that, not me.
No,
You
I'm
said that.
I'm trying to. I'm going in my head now. I'm working too many lanes right here, thinking of what the Bills might do and what the Steelers might do, and who else? Who else?
The flu? If the Packers get waxed.
Let me just say this. Let me just say
There's
this.
3 teams. If
First
they
of all-
get waxed.
First of all, I'm going to go.
See ya.
I'm going to go with down to the final possession.
Okay.
Let me address the Packers fans who think Matt LaFleur should be on the hot seat. How can I put this. Get out of here. With that noise.
You don't want to say like any.
Come on,
strong
man.
Respect or anything?
Come on. Get out of here.
Okay.
With that noise. What else, Chris?
More likely to be the quarterback with more rushing yards and touchdowns on
Drake May
Sunday.
or who?
Josh Allen or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, wow. You went just one. I thought, okay, we haven't gotten to the Patriot honking yet.
Trevor Lawrence has 9 touchdowns rushing this year.
I'm going to go with, I'll go Josh Allen. I think that's going to be one of their main engines of their offense is just see what Josh Allen can do. I will do that. Although I'm thinking if it's a Jaguars blowout, I just kind of I'm covering bases here.
I understand.
Okay,
I understand.
I'm on the path of this game
I
right
understand. More likely to have more total yards, Christian McCaffrey or any 2 Eagles players combined.
Oh, I'll go any 2 Eagles players combined.
Really? You love that offense?
I love the Eagles defense more. Come on, Saquon and A.J. Brown together will not eclipse the total yards from scrimmage for Christian McCaffrey.
Watch the Eagles play games this year?
Okay.
You don't know what you're getting.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I've given you my answer. What else you got over there?
I think the Eagles win. But
Okay. By the way, we're going to check our work on Monday's show.
More likely to
on
be
Disney
the,
Plus.
More likely to
and
be the
ESPN app.
longest. And YouTube.
And ESPN Radio.
Podcast.
Yeah.
To be the longest play on Sunday. Any Drake May completion, any Travion Henderson run, or any Dicker the Kicker field goal.
Oh. They're going to kick a field goal 50-something yards.
Drake May all he does is throw bombs.
I know that, and Trevion all he does is
Henderson only
bust
hits
it.
home runs.
Yeah, they haven't seen a defense like this. I'll say Dicker the kicker field goals.
You keep saying that, but the stats don't really back that up.
What excuse me. The best ranked defense that your Patriots have faced all year is Buffalo's, which, depending on which day they played them, 11th or 12th.
Against the pass, it's Cleveland.
Excuse me. Total defense. It's total, right? You run and pass in football. They have not faced a defense like the Los Angeles Chargers.
Of San Diego.
Of San Diego, formerly of San Diego. So, San Diego. Okay?
Diego.
They haven't faced them. They will.
More likely to be the bigger total guys. Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, sacks, or